Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another evening of messages of love from above. And I'm excited just to see what Spirit is going to bring through. I know I'm excited every time, but hey, I'm excited about what Spirit has to say. So, my mic is working, so that is good. And welcome, everybody. I hope you had a great day, a great night, wherever you're at in the world. And Monday night into Tuesday, wherever you are. And, we got a full I see here it's at a full house for sure, Jalen. Lot of reading, so, we'll be getting to those really quick here. I do wanna send love out to the world, because there is, of course, a great desire for that love, so we'll go ahead and, uh, send love. If you wanna join me, I would absolutely love that, but I'm just gonna take a deep breath, come back to this moment right here, right now. And just let that unconditional love from above flow down in to our hearts, fill us up, and overflow out to the world. And if you are in need of love tonight for your body or circumstance in your life, we're sending it to you as well. And no matter if you're watching this on replay or live, that beautiful energy knows no time, no space. So we join all together right here outside of time and space. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, excuse me. All right. Well, I am going to let me pop out the chat here so I can see it, of course. All right, there it goes. And let me shrink this down so I can actually see it. Just move that out of the way. There we go. All right. Yeah, we've got quite a bit. So I got notified today by YouTube that because of my status and all the hours, that there's little extra stuff that's available now. And then you'll notice in the chat that you can now do stickers. You can put stickers up on the top. And also, if you want to help support food supply for Buddha Zen, there's also a way to donate now too. So um, never expected, always grateful, and of course, very honored when that does happen. So, but in case you noticed that, that's what happened today. So I was like, wow, what do you know? So let me scooch this over here and let us get started. We've got a ton of requests already, so we'll try to get through as many of these as we can tonight. I'm going to use the Tarot of Dragons to start off. And Maxine, you will be up first, and then Benita, you will be up after that. So, Maxine, you'd like a career and finance reading. All right, let's take a look here, see what the dragons have to say. One more time. There we go. So, for Maxine, what would you like to know about career and finance? Okay. All right. Well, I do like this for you. You've got the both the sun, you have the sun coming in here, very, very bright card, which is all about victory and success and fulfillment. And it's one of the most victorious, bright cards. You also have the Pentacles, which the Three of Pentacles is basically also mentioning just to stay true to your authentic self and however you are wanting to live your dream and make decisions. They're like, don't be too drawn off into directions by people's opinions, either people you fear that will, rah, 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 and hiss at you, or the people that are supporting you, and you fear disappointing them, and that they will, join the little complainers camp and those dream busters camp. So they're like, for your, career and your finance, just follow your authentic path. Don't try to get, don't try not to be influenced by all those other opinions on the outside world. And I do see here you've got the Knight of Wands, which is fire, fire, movement, movement, and very fast. So I feel like both with career and finance, you're about to see some significant changes and they're going to happen fast here. But try not to get offended by other people that will not like it. You know, like you move up. It'd be like you being promoted, you getting a raise, you getting these opportunities, and other people are like, "Wait a minute, why do you get to do that happening to me?" And they might like poke at your dream and poke at things, and they're like, just realize that it's because they feel low about themselves. They probably felt low about themselves even before it all happened, and now they feel even lower. So you don't have to defend yourself. You're in a great spot. Um, you just if you're aware of these people that are doing it, and just you can always have compassion on them and help them in ways too. Um, Whatever you feel from your heart to help lift them up, but it's not necessary. But it just makes it a more smooth process when you do that. Then you have the Six of Cups, and I feel like with the Six of Cups, it's sometimes the nostalgia card about the past and doing that. I feel like you kind of have a little bit of that going on, but I also feel like um, there's something from the past that comes back up, like an employer or an individual, someone who comes across your path from your path from the past. Wow. Um, and it does impact you in positive ways with your career and your finance. you know Maybe it's someone that owes you money. They bump in and go, oh my gosh, I've been trying to get a hold of you and I lost your number, here's the money I owe you. No, it probably not isn't like that. It's more like you have an old employer or someone that you used to work with, and you bump into them and they're like, oh my gosh, we're hiring in these opportunities. Or it's just something like that. I feel like it's something from the past that also influences your career and your finance coming in. So that's what I have for you right now, Maxine. So many blessings for you. All right, Benita, you are up, and then Pooja Gupta, you will be up after that. And let's take a look here. So, Benita, you want to know what G tells his close friends about you? Whoa, let's find out. We'll see what Spirit wants you to know. Sometimes, what you say to your friends isn't necessarily what's true. Let's take a look here. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Well, I do have to say here that they have a lot of wands, a lot of fire. I mean, you got the Six of Wands, which is three, and there's like, hey, I've this person's pretty cool. New passion with Ace of Wands. This is the Knight of Wands, which is fast moving, fast passion. Seven of Wands, which is about them thinking that they're in the high horse type of, look at I'm up here. and they're looking at him like, "Wow, you're lucky." And then there's the 9 of Wands, which is about their it's almost like all of this passion because you got like 5 5 wands. So they've got a lot of passion. So I think they when they're talking with their best friends, they're just like, they just really, really are, um, attracted to you. They do have the shaman card here, which the shaman card is the magician card, which is the divine masculine energy about movement, manifestation, and it's like I feel like they're like I made this happen, I yeah yeah, and that's what I feel like. They're uh, among their friends. They're how guys are with guys. I feel like they are so much like that. Not everyone does that, but I feel like they are just he's just really, embellishing maybe a little bit too. But they have the Empress, which beginnings and fresh birth starts, um, mother nurture. It's also passion, like sensuality and stuff with that too. So I feel like they're all focused in on the the passion piece, the the flame, the heat that they have, which among close friends, that's the heat, and that's all right. That's okay. That's their talk, right? And that's okay. And it's a compliment in a way, right? Because you're like, wow, if I really, just my presence and my communication with them just makes them hot under the collar, then it's like, hey, but I kind of feel like that's what they're focusing in on with their close friends. They're just that's the way they are. But that's funny. But that's what they have right now. They just are talking about how attracted they are to you. So, well, that's what they have for right now. So many blessings for you. Not what I expected, but it is what it is. All right, Pooja Gupta, you're up, and then Daisy, you'll be up after that. And Pooja Gupta, you wanted to know, will you and Naman get an opportunity to reconcile? Let's take a look here. I don't see it here. I see the 3 of Wands, which is about taking a different path. Um, and the Knight of Wands is like a fast, fiery path as well. So it's like whatever this change is, it's I don't know why I see a missile. It's like a missile that lost its trajectory and it just goes whoosh, and it's like way it's like okay, it's not coming back. It went way off in a different place. And I see that too because of this hermit card here with the hermit is about the inner journey and pulling back and inward and going that way, along with the Five of Cups, which is about, focusing on the mourning and the disappointments and the spilt cups. And the Two of Cups is still back over here, um, out of sight and not the focus. So I don't feel like it is, but you know, when partnerships and friendships and any time of relationship, even friends and family, whenever there's a parting of it, it's because uh, individuals are being moved out of our lives for us so that we can move forward in a direction that is more in alignment with where we're wanting to go, um, in our future. And sometimes we're moved out of other people's lives because we would be a crutch for them, because sometimes we're so giving and so caring and they wouldn't learn their lessons because we are always jumping in front of them, taking the bullets for them, right? And so, sometimes we're moved out of their way so that they can go experience the harshness of whatever they wanted to for their wake up call. So, um, have peace in that if you'd like, and definitely feel your feels and what you want to feel but just know that when you're done feeling any of those 3 spilt cups, that there is, a higher love and a a different path that you were destined to head down with, other experiences. So, hang in there. Sending you many blessings, Pooja. That's what they have. Right, Daisy, you are up, and then Jessica, you'll be up after that. So, Daisy, you wanna know if you'll see results that you want from the new diet soon. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's take a look here and see what, Spirit has to say. Of course, you should not replace Tara with the licensed nutritionist. It's just funny, and, there's so many rules in the United States and the FDA and what's approved and what's not and what you have to say, and, um, it's just funny. Let's see what we got here. Well, I like this for you because you have the 4 of cups. The 4 of cups normally has, there's, 3 cups that are in front of them, and they're bored with the cups, and, you can kinda see it here a little bit with so the 3 cups are down here, and these are the normal things that we hunger for in the outside world, like, um, relationships and situations and, things and food and everything else, right? But they end up not fulfilling us, and what we're really hungering for is the Ace of Cups, which is the love from above. It's so well known these days about eat, sometimes, and, um, it's an important thing for us to realize when we go into this feeling of, depriving ourselves, then we just gorge ourselves later when emotions hit because we that's the one thing that we feel we can control sometimes. And there is this, I love the star coming in here too, because this is wish fulfillment, which I and also the shaman card, which is about you taking things into your hands and that what you focus on is what grows as well. So um, there is this uh, awareness of fear that when we go into fight or flight mode, and if we're in fear and in anxiety, our body actually shuts down our digestive system because it's supposed to be temporary until we can fight and get to safety or run and get to safety. And there's this goal of finding more peace and being out of fight and flight. Then your body works at its highest nutrition, its highest digestion, and everything. It works. It's such a good working machine when we're not in fear. But when we're in fear, there's so many things that shut off. That's why there's so much dis-ease and disease in our country and in the world, but there's so much emotional monsters that we face quite a bit that impacts it. So I feel like the diet and watching what you eat is, healthy to an extent, but I feel like they're focusing in on what you focus on grows. And so if you're focusing on, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, the universe goes, all right, so to lose weight, we got to, you know, have you gain weight to lose weight, to gain weight, to lose weight. And it's like, no, wait. I'm going to be grateful for my body. I'm grateful for nutrition. I'm grateful for, you know, um, having the perfect body for me in this moment. And there's this transformation that happens with those. So I almost feel like they're saying rather than focus on the loss of weight, focus on what you're grateful for and how you can come out of fear and um, and just moderation. It's something like deprivation, depriving feels punishment for some reason. I don't know where this is coming from, but they're telling me it's like you don't have to deprive yourself and punish yourself. It's like love yourself. Just focus on loving yourself, and then you actually start eating differently because you're like, if I'm loving myself, what am I going to feed myself? What am I going to do with a walk? And then, I'm not going to like uh, hurt myself exercising, but I might go for a nice walk because it's peaceful and, it's not about uh, the body and being, it all comes back to self love in so many ways about body image and attractiveness and worth and blah, 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 all that lovely stuff that we get to adventure through. So they kind of took us off in a different direction there, Daisy, but whatever resonated with that for you, that is their message for you. So I appreciate you. You hang in there and sending you many blessings. Right, Jessica, you are up, and then Vidi, you'll be up after that. So, Jessica, what are some good things coming to you? All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know. All right. Well. So, she got three Pentacles cards, which are all three amazing Pentacles cards. So, you got some nice abundance outside world because you have the Page of Pentacles, which is all about new things, new opportunities. Could be money, whatever abundance, but there's new abundance and new opportunities coming up. And then you also got the 10 of Pentacles, which is definitely about abundance and overflowingness and feeling this fullness and this wholeness in your outside world, as well as the Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is, of course, also new birth, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, harvest, wonderfulness. So this is is wonderful. It's great news. And I feel it's going to be coming in fast here too with the 8 of Wands. It's a ton of energy, a ton of fire. So it feels like it comes out of nowhere almost. It's like you're waiting, all of a sudden, bam, you get all this wonderfulness that hits your life. And I like this too because you have the 5 of cups here with all those other ones. The energy I'm feeling is that you're moving out of this and into the emotional choice area here. Um, and this could be that you are ready to, you let old emotions go and you did the mourning, you did the disappointment, you felt what you wanted to feel and you experienced what you wanted to experience. Now you're like, I'm done. I'm ready for this. And then you just open up wide and here, all this wonderful stuff comes flying in from the outside world, which those 2 of cups can mean romance, if that is what you're looking for. At the very least, it's you're learning your power of emotional choice, that no matter what has come your way, that you get to choose what it means. And you have this power that's just building up from within you that is allowing you to just see life in such a different, abundant way. And with that switch of energy, of that emotional energy, it just draws in and magnetizes you in a different way to bring different things into your life. So I like it. This is looking pretty good. So that's what they have for you right now, Jessica. So many blessings. All right. And let's see here. So VD, you're up, and then Anjali, you will be up after that. So VD, go, why does it bother you when they talk? Okay, so when the Capricorn talks to the Leo, what else, like some advice on the situation? All right, let's take a look here and see. And actually, I'm going to switch up to the Light Seers Tarot, and let's see what they have going on here. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up already. I know I say it all the time, but I really do appreciate it because it does help out the channel. It helps spread the love to the world. The YouTube algorithm, it just eats all the likes up and it just wants to share the love with other people too. So thank you guys so much. All right. Oh yeah, and I did put out the video for the first winner today of the 1 hour free personal recorded reading. So there will be another one. I think I'm going to post them at midnight my time. Um, just because it seems to work out good for everyone in the world. You can have it when you wake up in the morning if you're like in my time zone or whatever. But I also mention a another little giveaway I'm doing with those. And I know I even mentioned in the video, I know I got a problem. I give away a lot, but that's okay. But so if you haven't checked out the video that I posted today, be sure to check it out. All right. So let's take a look here. VD, what is going on with these two? Well, as far as why does it bother you? So why does it bother you when the Capricorn talks to the Leo? And advice, obviously. Okay. Yeah, and I see here too. So there's you here. I mean, here's your 4 of Pentacles, which is you're looking for a solid foundation in the outside world. And part of the 4 of Pentacles journey is that we're taught to look outside of ourselves for our wholeness, our worth, right? And so we look into relationships and jobs and education and things, our bodies, etc., blah blah blah, right? Well, all that outside world. And when we do that, we feel unstable, right? Because those things are unstable. And it's the instability of relationship with people that is causing this fear to rise up. And that's what you're feeling, the fight or the flight. And here's the Page of Wands. I feel like this fire starts to rise up inside you, where you either feel like fighting, like anger, or you feel like running away. You feel, or like it's like this fear that rises up, um, because that's what happens. Either fight or flight. Um, and I feel like what the fear is that they'll find new love, they'll get attracted, they'll move off in this direction, um, and that it will end things. There will be a sudden ending of things. And so there's this, uh, of course, fear of that this would impact things, and it all comes down to like the advice they give is here's the 5 of Pentacles. So when like if this happened, if this actually did unfold and this happened where your friendship or relationship ends because of this, them finding more interest in other people, then this is how you would feel. You'd feel like you are abandoned and left behind and out in the cold. And here's the door that was like slammed shut, and you feel your worth in relation to that has been impacted, right? What's wonderful though is that there's the key right here. And when you look up from it and you see the key, you realize that the key is you, that you are the key, that you're the one that gets to decide what anyone, uh, anything, and any kind of situation means about you. You hold the key to your own worth, and you begin to look inward and upward. That 4 of Pentacles, eventually we become disappointed enough in the outside world that we turn inward and upward, and we find this unconditional love from above. And the 5 of Pentacles is about, we realize it's not humans that bring us what we need in each moment, our sustenance, our love. It comes from above, from a source that loves us unconditionally and eternally, which is good compared to the fickleness and instability of the outside world, right? And we have that firm foundation that comes in, and we realize that even our food, even our very heartbeat, all of that is a gift from the creator in each moment. Whatever you believe, source, universe, whatever your higher powers are, they bring you that unconditional love and this gift of life, and the gift of having everything we need in each moment. Now, it might be delivered by humans, like a delivery company. Like, can you order here? If we order something from Amazon, sometimes it does arrive by Amazon Prime, Amazon truck, but it can be UPS, the post office. There's different ways that it actually gets to us, but it comes from a different source. And I feel like this is a mirror that's coming up with the fear to turn you inward and upward to find this stability where you have everything you need inside of you. And then any interactions and relationship that you have with individuals, that it doesn't bother you anymore, or at least not as much, becomes less and less bothering because you realize, oh, that's just extra anyway. You've got everything you need inside of you. So the mirrors that we get from other individuals, whether it's a parent that pays more attention to another sibling, and then, or friends that, you know say that this person is their best friend and we're a friend, but that's their best friend, and whatever it may be in life, we have so many examples, right, where we're put in second place or last place or not even placed at all, and it's all designed for us to experience, to eventually we turn inward and see how priceless and loved we really are, and then the whole world transforms. So that's what they have for you right now, VD. So many blessings to you. Sending you lots of love. Right? Anjali, you are up. And then Leah, you'll be up after that. Whoops. Okay. So Anjali, you want a spirit message for you for your love life and future energy for what you're attracting? Absolutely. I kind of am drawn, not kind of, I am drawn to these Into the Lonely Woods cards. They're very beautiful. Let's see what they have here. Say love the lily or whatever this is on here. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right. So Anjali, you are up. And you got the owl. Beautiful power number 44. I know, it kind of looks like me, doesn't it? No, I'm just kidding. Uh, there was one who watches over you. Kind of did look like me from how I was looking. I'd rather me say it than you guys go, oh my gosh, you look like an owl. All right. But it says here for you, let's get into spirit here. The one who watches over you is compassionate and sage. They often come to you in subtle ways, in the wise shape of a tree, in the luster of sunlit clouds, in the song of water running over rocks. To know you have this guardian is to understand that while although there is loneliness, you are never alone. Watcher is linked to the path of your soul from your first breath to your last, and they will be with you in the great in between of your lifetimes. The one who watches over you knows the sacred quest of your soul, and when it feels like you've lost your way, they will remind you of your purpose. Wow, beautiful. I like that. So, love life and future energy, I feel like they're just saying that, just know you are never ever ever alone, and that you do have this watcher, this guardian angel, this beautiful spirit being of unconditional love and light that's always around you, always putting reminders and nudging you when you are feeling like life is just going nowhere and things are not unfolding, and you have fears about being alone the rest of your life, and all these things that come up, they're always nudging you to send you little things here and there to let you know how loved you are in different ways, and to bring you little smiles and little things of joy, right? Let's take a look here at your love life too here. Yeah, you have the Hanged Man, so seeing things from a different perspective and patience. Oh, how dare they? They were just so nice to you, and now they're going Just be patient with love. It'll unfold. Just see things from a different perspective. Four of Wands, marriage card. So, celebration, marriage, joy. But they're saying just you're going through this transformation. You're seeing things, learning to see things from a different perspective, releasing old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around you and relationship. And you're going through that cocoon process and transforming from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly, which is requiring you to let go of some old things as you become caterpillar juice and just let that things that mattered before fall away. But I like that for you because they're like, regardless of where you're headed and what you're doing, it's taking some time for that to unfold, but it's because it's giving you time to work on you. But they're like, "Hey, we're here. I'm always here around you. Get to know me while you're hanging around upside down in that cocoon. You're not in there alone. You're, this watcher, this beautiful spirit being." They're like, want someone to talk to. I'm right here all the time. So I really love that this kind of draw that they want you to kind of have this wonderful enhanced relationship while you're waiting for the physical representation of love to show up in your life. So I like that for you, Anjali. So many blessings for you. It's like they want to go on a they're calling it a girls' night out. Come on, be a girls' night out with them. All right. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. All right, Leah, you will be up now, and then Skyfalls, you will be up after that. So, Leah, you want to know what's David's energy towards you? Does he think of you? Will there be communication? Okay, let's take a look here. Tell us about David, would you? Would you please? All right. So, what is his energy towards you? Interesting. Okay. Oh, right. So you got the page of wands, which is very like new heightened passion, right? And the does he think of you? I mean there there's the king of swords. So thinking definitely something that he does all the time about everything because the king of swords not only rules over air, they also um, all the kings are given a portion of air. So it's like double air thinking. So you're in that all that thinking too. And I feel with this eight of swords that he's doing a lot of reflection and reflecting on his life and his thoughts, his beliefs, his mindsets that are making him feel restricted and small and blinded and not acting on the passions. So he's really thinking about this a lot. I mean, he's thinking about a lot, but he's thinking about you too, in regards to what is he feeling? What does he want to do? How does he want to um, move forward in his life, and does he want to act on it, and blah, 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 all these checklists that are going through in his head trying to figure his entire life out. There is this, you're asking about communication and meeting up soon. I feel like there will be because feels like what he ends up coming to the conclusion is wish fulfillment, and king of wands is action, taking his energy and taking action on his wish fulfillment, on his passion, on what he wants in his life. And I really feel, Liam, that it's this eventual let me see, I'm going to pull a card and see if they'll tell us, is this with the wands? I'm feeling like it's going to be sooner than later, with the king of wands, because it's really like taking control and of their life and their energy. But can you tell us, is it sooner or later? Okay, yeah, chariot card, so motion and movement. So I feel like that is going to be soon, that he's actually going to make connection within a month, um, to meet up, and he's figuring things out. And really, with all that, the king of swords, it's like he's got a ton of stuff that's going on in his mind and his head. So there's probably like a ton of things going on in his life, and you're one of the big things he's thinking about, though, which is good. But there's this restriction in his mind of things, kind of like how people are like, well, I've got to have this and this and this in place, and then I can have love and romance and take action. But until then, I got to have all this stuff in place. That's like this checklist I see in his head. And that's what he's figuring out. Is it really necessary? It's like you never like a lot of parents will they want a baby, but they're like, oh, we got to prepare. And you're like, you're never going to be prepared enough, for a baby. Every parent will probably say, no, you think you're ready and you think you've done everything, but nope, you're not. So like if you're gonna wait to have children, or like in his case, relationship and things like that, when it's perfect, you'll never have it. So, but that's what they have for you, Leah. So I like what I'm seeing there. Many blessings to you. All right, Skyfall, you are up. And then double, triple, quadruple X, you'll be up after that. So you see, you're getting abundance before the end of the month. Well, it's coming up fast here, 9 days. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has to say. Will Skyfalls have some abundance before? All right, let's see what we got here. I don't see it by the end of the month, just because of the Seven of Pentacles popping in here. This is one of the what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The frickin' fruit, right? So I feel like there's this, it's taking time for the fruition to come here. And I see here the Four of Cups. It's like you're kind of bored with what you're getting in the outside world right now. And there's this Ace of Cups, this new passion, this new opportunity, new emotions too, that are about ready to come in here. It's emotional stability. So I feel like there will be, um, you know, enough. Like you're talking about abundance, it's like you'll have enough, but the big stuff I think is coming within the next month or two. Because you have the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia, looking back over your past, looking back over things that happened in your life, and doing some reflection here, especially with this Judgment card here about it's your higher self calling you into kind of your subconscious, your unconscious. It's almost like your inner child and your higher self are saying this is a time for you, and to understand what your passions really are, what you really want in life. What does abundance mean to you? What does success mean to you? And is that really what you want? Is it really what, uh, like the revisiting your, I don't know what they were saying, your core values. It was like a business. They went all business on me. Your core values. What are your core values as a human being? What is that really success at the bottom of it? Like all the uh, companies, big corporations have their mission statement too, is the other thing that they were bringing through. What's your mission statement for your life? What are your core values? And that's what they want you to look at. Project Skyfalls. What is your mission statement and your core values? And that's why they have this pause that's happening. And the more you look into it, into your heart, they're like, the faster the things move up in the outside world. But this pause, this slowness that's happening is happening on purpose, for a purpose, for you to be able to look inside and look at those things. So that's what they want you to look at. So mission statement, what do you want to have your life's mission be? What's your mission statement? And what is your core values? So it's like those will be your North Star, the compass, the north, on the compass for you to guide you in your life. And for some reason, they just went in that direction for you right now. But that's what they have for you, Skyfall. So many blessings for you. I feel like there will be. Well, I feel the faster you do on those, do that inner work, and really don't just bzz, really reflect and go, what is it I really, not what everyone's told me I should be, I'm supposed to be, need to be, have to be, blah, blah, blah. Really connect to your higher self, get away from it all, and just say, you know, what do I want to be remembered for when I'm, 90, 100? I'm looking back over my life. What would I wish I have had um, been able to express into the world, that kind of stuff. So there you have it. That's what they have for you right now, Skyfall. So many blessings to you. All right. So double, triple, quadruple X, you're up. And then Sana Samreen, you're up after that. So what's attached to your nephew? All right, let's take a look here. What is going on with your nephew? What does Spirit want you to know here? Let's take a look here. Hmm. I was going to say, evidently a raven is attached to him on his shoulder, but that was just an attempt at humor. This swords and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. There's this really fears are what are attached to him, and the fear of letting down people is huge for him here. The Five of Swords is generally conflict, can be conflict of their own mind, but it's usually conflict of, if it's in their own mind, it's they're battling with someone else's voice that had opinions growing up and telling them who they're supposed to be and should be, need to be, all those little da, 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 da. And there's a very strong voice in their head. I mean, they're like this raven that's right on their shoulder here, where you cannot not hear them because they are right there crowing and cawing right inside their ear. And that's like they're almost like, it's giving me a headache of all this noise from this other person. And I feel like it's because it's not what they want to be or who they want to be, and they're hiding parts of themselves uh, because they're fearing letting other people down. And I say that because you got the Three of Pentacles here, which is about being our authentic selves. And there's two other people in here, and one of the persons, you know, they are the naysayer, the one, the dream buster, the one that's always on, someone about why you did that way. You shouldn't do it that way. They're like the person that would always find something wrong with something you're doing and pointing fault and, just dream busters, naysayers. And then you have the other one who's supportive and, um, they're like, yeah, and you can be anything you want, and da 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 da. But hey, you might think about doing this or that. Just saying, but you can be anything you want. And it's that person that is supportive and not as loud and judging that can take us off our authentic path because we don't want to lose that support. We don't want to lose that because we don't want to end up with two of them, you know and so they feel like there's a lot of these fears of letting someone down. And so this is what is attached to them. This is this fear that is just nagging them constantly inside their head. And it is, I feel it's about like who they want to be and who they want to love and all this here because you have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, and the Knight. So the Nine and the Knight of Cups, all this emotional, like this is movement of love and the love that they're pursuing and their wishes of what they want to have come true. And I feel like they contradict this other voices, from their past or in their present. And that's what's just really got them in a constant mode of fight and flight, right? So anxiety attacks, panic attacks, um, hyperventilating. I just feel like they have times where they're just like cold sweats. It feels so extreme for them. Like um, it's whatever they're wanting to do is so against what their family's beliefs and everything are, that it's just taken to this place. You know what I'm saying? So that's as much as they're wanting to say. But I'm sure you're picking up what they're putting down because you know them. So that's what they have for you right now. So only thing you can do is love, 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 love him. Unconditional love. Yeah. So many blessings to you. All right. Samreen, you are up. And then Christy, you will be up after that. So Sana Samreen, you'd like career and finance. All right. Show me the money and the career, of course. Okay, anything else? Evidently so. Okay. Let's see what all these are here. All right. Well, they don't want me to look at them yet. You got 1, 2, and 2, and the one that they want to look at first is joy and celebration and happiness. So that's good, right? That's a good sign. It's like, all right. It can also mean wedding and different things. So career finance, though, since we're focusing on that, it's just really joyous, and it feels very worth celebrating. They have the 7, these came out 2 and then 2 more down here, which you'll look at, but you have the 7 of swords. I just love these crows, ravens. In fact, there was one I was walking today, and it just came right over my head and around caw, and I'm just like, "Hey." I just love they're talking to us, right? But this is your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets talking to you about abundance. And there is this belief, this thoughts and beliefs that are stealing abundance from you, stealing career opportunities from you. And that's what spirit wants you to look at and be aware of, is that there is some old thoughts and beliefs about your worth and about what career that you are capable of. They're reminding me of just, I've had so many friends and people that have, someone said, like a teacher, "You're not any good at math." And so it wasn't that they were any good. They were just happened to be moving, and they, skipped, when you go from state to state, sometimes they already covered something. And so this teacher basically was calling them, math stupid. And so they had this thing against math all their life. Or like uh, my mom mentioned when she was a young girl, she was in a choir class. They had choir in their classroom and stuff. And the choir teacher said, if you're going to sound like a cat dying, go out in the hall. And she had insecurities about her voice singing the rest of her life up to, um, just, not a whole long time ago. And it's just like, the impact that we can have, these thoughts and these beliefs of things. I feel like there's there, and it's making you like thinking that you don't go for a career, you don't go for a certain type of vocation or position or things like that. That's what they're kind of bringing up with that. And that's what's kind of having finances and career kind of go slow here. The Knight of Pentacles is movement, but it's the slowest, moving that's there. So I kind of feel like that's coming in there. Let me just check. I just want to make sure um, everything's going good. Okay. I had a technical problem a night, or was it yesterday or the day before? So now when my phone goes off, I'm like looking to going, because I have family or friends and people going, "Hey, we can't hear you," or something. And I'm like, no, now I'm all paranoid. Look at me. But that's what they have for that. And then here, what wonderful cards here. Because the Judgment card is like your higher self calling you to this higher place. And the King of Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, also our spiritual energy, our overall energy. And so both of these side by side coming out is your higher self calling you to um, spend time really understanding who you are and the powerful being you really are. So I kind of feel like with this, with career and finance, that they are saying that it's moving slow, it's going along because they don't want you to go down a path of the same old, doing the same old thing, because it's not you. It's there's something that's in more alignment with who you are and what you can give to the world. And part of that is connecting inward and upward to really understand just how amazing and powerful and talented and able you are, and it will open up things for you. And so, with both of those cards, it definitely is this spend some time connecting, meditating, really getting to the center. And when you do that, you understand more of what makes your heart sing. And almost it's like you discover your life purpose through this process. And I really like that for you because I feel like instead of it meeting all the requirements in your mind, it's going to allow your heart to come in, and it's you're going to wake up not going, all right, I got to go do the job. You're going to wake up going, I get to go live today instead of like exist. So I feel like that's what they have for you right now, Sana Samreen. So many blessings. I see wonderful things after that process. So um, definitely consider stepping away and connecting. Right. Many blessings to you. All right. Christy O'Connor, you are up. And then Alex, you will be up after that. Much love, and thank you. Very much appreciated. So, does your past Sagittarius connection miss you? All right, let's take a look here and see what they are. What is going on with them in regards to you? All right, let's see what we have here. All right. So we got the world card as the first card for us, which is the um, ending of major cycles and beginning of new ones. So I don't feel like they um one, I get this feeling, well, Sagittarius energy, that makes sense, that they don't miss anyone. And I get that a lot with Sagittarius energy, in some other readings too, about they're all about the look at the next adventure. They don't look back. They look forward. And so I feel like they don't miss anyone. And so it's not personal. Like if they bumped into you, they'd be like, "Oh my God, Catherine," but they don't sit around going, "Who am I missing in my life?" And they're just all, "What's the next thing? What's the next thing?" Energy, energy, forward, forward, movement, movement. They don't look backward. Um, and so that's what they have for that. But they also have other stuff to tell you, which is about, the Nine of Pentacles is you finding your wholeness and your completeness within you. And you have all these messages. This represents spirit. And so you're in this garden, you're all by yourself, you're finding this wholeness without anyone else, except spirit is with you. And those were all messages from spirit. The Eight of Wands is um, communication coming in, energy, and with those combinations, they were really saying that this is spirit that is bringing you messages all over the hunkin' place, because you've got things that you're seeing in the physical world. You just have thoughts pop into your head out of nowhere. You have emotional feelings that come out of nowhere, and you're like, why am I feeling this? And your brain takes time to for it to interpret it. So you've got this uh, spirit is all around you, just whirling around, just poking and going, "Hey, we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here," from everywhere, so that you're not alone in this process, which I like. So it is good that it's coming in here. Um, because they have this is like you're working on your thoughts and your beliefs and mindsets and the differencing of opinions and um I feel like there's this it's a transformation of your thoughts and your beliefs and you're with this connection to spirit, you're really seeing things from a higher point of view and you're starting to care less and less and less about the small t truths of the human that are related to the fear of losing conditional love. So all those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts are becoming less and less important. And you don't feel like you need to, argue with anyone about their beliefs. You're like, well, everyone believes what they want, but you're like getting this pulling for this calling of higher and higher knowledge, truths that are rooted in unconditional love. And this is all part of the process here of preparation for this, which is new passion, new love, and marriage. So there or partnership. But you definitely this is what they're helping with because this is what's keeping you from moving toward that. These thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about relationship, about yourself, about the world, whatever those are. But so this is happening for you, but don't don't diss the Sagittarius for acting according to the character that they came here to live. It's what they do. They just move forward. It's fire, fire, fire. It moves forward. It doesn't turn around and look back a whole lot. It's all about. But that's what they have for you, Christy. I think I called you Kathy. I don't know why I called you Kathy. I think I knew a Kathy O'Connor. I think that's why. So sorry, Christy. All right. Many blessings too. And thank you for all the likes and the shares and the loved. I like that. And thank you everybody else too, that has already liked the video. It just helps spread the love and thank you for being a part of this tidal wave and tsunami of love that we're sending out to the world. It's very much appreciated. All right, Alex, you are up, and then Rhonda, you will be up after that. All right. So, Alex, future love reading. Let's take a look here. They want to go to this Gentle Creatures deck here first. Let's see what they have here. So you got connections. Let's see what message comes with connections here. Says our gentle creature has taken a moment out of their crazy day to just sit for a while. They've been rewarded with a visit from a delicate denizen. These two, I guess that's the little flying thing there. That little thing right there. These two are old friends who have not had the time recently and connect. Or maybe it would be more honest to say that neither of them has made the time for their friendship. This pause to check in with each other is as necessary as watering a house plant. Nothing thrives without intentional moments of caring. So they will spend this interval catching up, maybe over laughter, maybe over tears. Either way, they are honoring the work that it takes to nurture their personal bond. And when this card shows up, remember those friends you haven't heard from lately. If you haven't heard from them, have they heard from you? Connecting with others is a two-way street. Never waste your energy on those who are not willing to do this work with you. You're worth the time it takes to build real connections. So, obviously, you're talking about a future love reading. Um, it's interesting. It kind of feels here that this is about reaching out to someone that you haven't talked to in a long time. And possibly it was a friendship that maybe you guys had more feelings for each other than friends. And, but there was something that happened that separated you guys. because you have the Tower card here. So you guys were removed out of each other's lives at the time, and but it's because you guys needed more time to work on your own worth and how you relate your worth to the outside world. You guys weren't ready. I almost feel like that, like either one of you or both of you were in, had just gotten into new relationships too. Yeah, yeah. And then here's the 3 of swords. So or gotten out of relationships, right? It was like the 3 of swords is about heartache and disappointment. And so whatever happened between you, it feels like it's time again for this new connection, looking at things from a different perspective. The 2 of wands can be about looking at who someone is and what you're grateful for, who they are, and what you do want in your life instead of focusing in on what's missing and what you don't want in your life. So it feels like there is this connection about reaching out to some old friends, old acquaintances, more friends. It's more beyond that, yeah, because things have changed. You guys have peace of mind. Have let. I mean, this is what comes after the 3 of swords here. 3 of swords is all the expectations, like does and shoulds and need tos and have tos around love, and we end up disappointed because that's what external things do. They're unstable and temporary, so they end up disappointing us. But the 4 of swords, I love how the 3 swords here are all wrapped in love. And that's what allows this healing, letting go of the old expectations. But I feel you guys have really learned you're not the same people you were. And the things that were in the way and why you were taken out of each other's path, those have been resolved. And so now it's ready, for a new beginning to come into your life, a new opportunity to come in. So if that resonates, if there was someone with that way, then check it out. But I feel like even if it wasn't like love between you and someone else in the past, there is this strong urge to connect with people from the past and check in with some people that you haven't connected with in a while, that who've been on your heart. So um, that's the priority regarding love. And love doesn't have to be romantic, but it's an important piece now for you to take that time out, like it had in the card here, and go sit with a friend or 2 or 3. So that's what they have, Alex. So many blessings for you. All right, Rhonda, you are up, and then Kiki Kuin, you'll be up after that. So hello, Rhonda. My day was great. Very productive and restful at the same time, which is good. So, what should you be looking for coming up in the near days? Okay. Well, I do like that the 10 of cups is coming in here for you because this is about emotional fulfillment and wholeness. So that'll be coming up soon, but not super soon because you got the patient, you got the temperance, which is balancing and patience in a way, and you got the king of the knight of pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight, which is about things taking their time to come to you. But it's like I just see this as being worth the wait, right? That they're like, this is what's coming, but don't take the bread out of the oven too soon or it's going to be gross. Allow it to unfold and bake properly. And you have the 6 of cups. I kind of feel like this again, there's like this coming. I need to check our astrology because is this something about people coming back from our past? Because the 6 of cups is a nostalgia. It is looking at old memories, but I really feel like this is someone that is coming back from your past, and not, and obviously not in a bad way, not an ugly way, because you have the 10 of cups. So it's someone that does help spark this emotional fulfillment and this feelings of overflowingness too. So I like that. And of course, depending on where you're at in the world, maybe it's around the holidays that, people that are away tend to come back to town or hometown, or family tends to get together more, um, other individuals, old friends. So that's what I feel is coming up for you in soon, but not like super, super quick, but soon. So I feel definitely, you know, um, by the end of the year. Uh, but because you asked in the near days, maybe it's not days, maybe it's more like weeks, but that's what they have coming for you, under what they want you to be aware of and have your eyes open for. So, all right, many blessings for you. That's what they have for you tonight, Rhonda. All right, Kiki Kuin, you are up, and then Jazz. So, Kiki Kuin, you want to know general reading and a love. So, let's take a look here and see what they want you to know. Okay, they want me to switch to the Tarot of the Dragons. So, let's see here. All right. What about love? What about generalness? Kiki, okay. 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 Let's see what these are about here. Okay. Wow. So, um, you do have like generally, they're like you have a lot of decisions that are going here. You have the Two of Swords, which is about like standing at a crossroads. And so you're trying to make these decisions. You have like these significant decisions, I feel, to make. They're not life like threatening or life altering ish, but they're important. And you have the Queen of Swords too. So you got both swords, which are thoughts and beliefs and mindsets coming in here. And the Queen of Swords actually has this um, balance of heart and mind. And the Two of Swords can also be about, closing your eyes to open your heart, to be able to make decisions not strictly by logic, but also bringing in your heart, which is what the Queen of Swords also says. So there is these decisions coming up in your life. Don't just go with logic and the expectations and the supposed to's and all those things. They're like, really trust your gut and your intuition. What does make your heart sing? Help you allow your heart to be part of the vote, and you can be the tiebreaker, your observer, but you're going to have your mind and your heart, and they're going to be going, "This is what I want. This is what I want." And you're like, "Okay, well, let's see if we can compromise here, and see if there's something that can work for both of those." Because when it comes to love, you have this you have the Fool card, which is all about ending a cycle and the new beginning. So there's old ways of falling away, and you have this newness coming in here, and the wish fulfillment card, the emotional wish fulfillment. So there seems to be, with these decisions, that if you do decide with your heart in mind too, that you have these wish fulfillment, these emotional overflowingness that comes into your life there, which does open up in your outside world with these two pentacle cards, the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities opening up, and they're very successful. They're very abundant, because the Ten of Pentacles is like emotional, not emotional, but like physical fulfillment in the outside world. Just you feel this wholeness and this completeness in your outside life. So I really like that for you. Good things coming, but definitely bring in both your heart and your mind, um, but not just your mind, into these decisions, because um, if you decide just with your mind, you're going to miss such beautiful opportunities for that your heart to feel full and whole and complete. So I like it. So that's what they have for you right now. You win many blessings. All right, Jazz, you are up, and then Critique, you'll be up after that. So, Jazz, general reading for tomorrow. All right, absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about tomorrow. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So, if you can call off work tomorrow, I'm just kidding. Kidding. This is for you. All this is unfolding for you. So, so you, I'm going to start off with ease you into this. So you have the Six of Swords, which is thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, right? And you have the Six of Swords, which is movement of from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So there's this movement of thought and belief, and it comes because you have a little bit of a tower moment. You have some, this is the Three of Swords is the heartache, the disappointment card, right? And of course, this is what these kind of both, it's like something's being removed out of your life for you, out of your path, and it feels disappointing in the beginning. But the more you look at it and the more you allow yourself to process it, the more you kind of come into the movement here of knowing that whatever happens, happens for you. And if things get moved out of your path, then it's to remove it as an obstacle so that you can move forward into where you are really destined to go. Because you also have the 10 of swords, which is, exhaustion from trying to live up to all these small t truths, all these fears of losing conditional love. You're just exhausted from it. So it's almost like all this other stuff that happens here. I mean, you got four swords cards, which is all about this thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations going on tomorrow. And then the tower. So it's like, okay, my expectations are being challenged to bring them to my face so I can realize that, I don't want to feel this anymore. I don't want to feel this exhaustion. The 10 is a good card. The 10 of swords, I've just had enough. I'm just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and exhausting myself, trying to make everyone happy and trying to, check all the boxes off that I've been taught I'm supposed to, you know, be able to check off in order to be lovable and acceptable and successful. It's like, no, not anymore. Because you do have the Ace of Swords, which is the empowerment. Look at the beautiful butterfly there that's coming up here. It's funny. Let's see if we can do it. There it goes. Little clearer for a second, because of course, Kritika, up next, and you're asking all about butterflies, and here's another one in your face. But Jazz, this is about you seeing things from a higher perspective, new thoughts, new mindsets, cutting away all these expectations and allowing you to have this freedom to flow and freedom to be you and not all this pressure and trying to be what everyone else wants you to be. So you just have a wonderful release that's coming with all of this. And you're just like, okay, when you just go with the flow of the tower moment and things just falling apart in this whatever area it is, you're just like, thank you. It just, you help me be able to let all this go, because it just solves everything that I was on my mind. So much of the swords got burnt up in that tower. And you're just like, I'm okay with it because I was exhausted and there we go. It's almost like, and this may not be what it is. This is they're showing me how sometimes um, like we buy a house with 5 bedrooms and we only need like maybe can use two. The three of them are going to be full of boxes and empty things, and we're going to go into debt trying to fill it up with stuff. Like we're trying to maintain this house we really don't need, that's so big, so big, right? and we're struggling. We have two jobs and looking into a third one to try to make ends meet. And we're just stressing out because we feel like we have to meet up to all this stuff. And then they're just like, you're not making your payments and we're going to foreclose. So, we're taking back over the house. And you're like, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you're just like, you know what? Freedom, it's like, but that's supposed to and the need to, these like ideas like, oh, that means I'm a failure. It means this and this is, it's like letting it go and going, you know what? Thank you for taking me just it all away. And now I'm making so much money. I can actually quit that second job and I can live in a smaller place feeling free. That's the kind of energy I feel. So that's what tomorrow looks like for you, Jazz. So hang in there, sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. But it's for you. It's for you. Just remember that. All right. Kritika, you are up next. And then Sparks, you will be up after that. So why you seeing butterflies everywhere? Let's take a look here. I'm being drawn to these Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's see what angel message what they're trying to tell you here. They're definitely trying to get your attention, obviously, because they just had a butterfly pop up again. So let's take a look here. Okay. And then you've got the wisdom card here. I really like that. It is card number 22, which is a master number. And it means for me, it's the connection to your higher self. Like master number 11 is like really mastering your human experience. 22 is realizing there's more than just one of you. There's, oh, that's right, I'm a spirit. And the awakening and the realization that you're so much more than just the human character. Let's see what it says here. It says, wisdom is more than mere knowledge. There may be something you're not seeing and you need to research more thoroughly. Wisdom is gathered, but it takes time. So learn from your experience. You might wish to ask the opinion of a wise mentor if you're uncertain. The little affirmation card it throws in here, it says, I use my knowledge and experience to make wise decisions. It goes on to say, it is often said that the body has its own innate wisdom. If healthy, it just knows what to do and does what it needs to keep us alive and moving without thinking about it too much. Most of the time, we aren't aware of trying to keep our heart beating or of breathing when asleep. Similarly, we have this innate reasoning system, intuition, that allows us to get answers or receive information without conscious thinking. It's that feeling or hunch of information or insight that is just there. Some people believe this is the wisdom we receive from the gods, the very spark of the divine voice that is left within us. This is a very old kind of wisdom that sits in a very old part of the brain. Then there's the gathering of knowledge and experience and what we discern and learn from this. If the result has acuity, if it is successful in the real world and good in sense and perception, it's most probably wise. So the getting of wisdom takes time usually, and we can be impatient for it. We might cut corners and not see the role we take in our own poor decision making. To this author, though, as modern people, we have millennia of wisdom to assist us. Human history has some very wise people starring in it and some not so wise. So we have plenty of examples from which to learn. Gathering wiser people around us is, in fact, one of the wisest things anyone can do. We cannot always know it all, and a wise mentor or friend can not only save us from a poor decision, but also demonstrate how to be wise if we aren't quite there yet. And the companion stone for that is fluorite. So, with all of that, I really feel like all these butterflies are them reminding you that you are surrounded by a host of very wise individuals that have seen all of history and all of our future as well. So when you're wanting to make decisions, when you're wanting to know which way to go and all of that, that it's important to develop your intuition and connection to the higher realms. The card number 22 screamed that in the beginning, and then they just reiterated it there too, that they're like, they want you to know that they're always around you. And when you see these synchronicities, it's you being aware of it, which is amazing. So it's not going unnoticed. But they are saying that there's so much more that you don't notice and that you're expanding more and more and developing this higher and higher connection with them. And they just want you to ask them of your own free will. They won't meddle a whole lot. They'll maybe send butterflies, stuff to get our attention, but they won't meddle with us, our life, unless you ask them of your own free will to guide you and to show you messages and to, guide your path into something that is in alignment with who you want to be and for your highest good. So I feel like they're just saying, hi, 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 we're here, we're here, we're here, we're here. And there's so much more for you to see too. So I'm excited for that for you. But that's what they have for you right now, Kritika. So many blessings for you. All right, Sparks, you are up. And then Lucky Stars, you are up after that. So, Sparks, you want to know, will your mom like your boyfriend? Will it work for them to meet? You're afraid that they don't like each other. Well, let's take a look here and see what they have to say. What is your fear? What is your fear, Sparks? What if they don't get along? Okay. Well, you don't have to worry about it. They have the Sun card. Victory! One of the most, some people say it's the most successful, uh, abundant, brilliant cards in the entire deck. So they're like, you don't have to worry about it. They're going to get along. It's going to be fine. I was like, going to pull more cards and I'm all blah, blah, blah. And they're like, psh, oh, don't have to worry about it. But they do say, um, look into what are you afraid of? What if they don't get along? What are you afraid of will happen? Do you feel that will be an ending of one of the relationships? Like they're going to make you choose? You don't have to choose. They can be like, well, it's them or me. And I'm like, no, it's both of you. I'm going to love both of you. And if you guys don't get along, it's not my problem. But really understand, what is it that you fear and what do you fear that they would make you do? Would you think your mom would say, no, you can't date them. I don't want you with them. And you're like, well, you're gonna have to get over that. But you have new birth, mother nature, mother nurture. I feel um, it's gonna be totally fine. You have the sun and the empress, so very abundant, successful harvest, new birth, wonderfulness. So you have nothing to worry about, Sparks. So I think your fears, um, uh, is what is making you see things that maybe aren't really there in your fears, um, that you're putting on them. So it's like, instead of focusing on your fear of what you don't want to have in your life or what you think might be missing and all that, just start to be grateful for what is there, and transform the energy from fear to love. You'll be fine. That sun card, boom. So that's what they have for you, Sparks. So many blessings for you. All right. So lucky stars, you're up, and then Queen Bee, you will be up after that. So, Asper, why? You have a lot of questions, and this is the simplest way to put all the questions into one questions. I love it. Why? Right? Let's take a look here. Because you got the because cards. I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, these I think are going to be answer all of your questions. Okay. So the Wheel of Fortune is a great card to answer a lot of whys because the 10 of the 10, which is, of course, endings and beginnings, things changing in life for us, and the wheel of life turns, creating all sorts of whys, right? But so the story that they want me to tell you, and this is for probably more than just you anyway, but definitely this will help with your whys. So before we come down here, our soul, our higher self, our powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love self, decides that it wants to come down to earth to experience the opposites of who it is in order to more fully understand it. It's like the tapestry. If it's all white, you wouldn't see any design. It's all black, you wouldn't see design. But experiencing the opposites of who we are, we get to understand ourselves more deeply. Like breathing air, you don't know you're breathing air until you're 6 feet underwater looking up at air, and then you're like, ah, that is air, this is non-air. I have an appreciation and understanding of them both, and I will now swim back towards air because I need it to live. So that's the oomph of what draws us to Earth. And then before we come down here, your soul chooses you as an avatar. Like my soul chose me to represent and experience life through it, chose when I was going to be born and when I'm going to pull away to be back totally just in spirit. Being born at the exact same time. I mean, at the time that I was born, where I was, to who and whatever, it's all knows. It sees the entire life that if it chose to be born at that moment, all of the energy of astrology, numerology, and everything, um, ancestral history, things passed down, my parents' childhoods, that'll influence my childhood, and it understands the entire experience and all these fated events that it wants you to have when you come down here, because through these fated events, it knows at the very minimum we're going to learn something through this fated event, and it knows it. But within each fated event, we still have our power of choice, our free will to choose what story we're going to put to that situation and what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. It's like a giant improv play. We're given the subject, what character, blah, 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 and go, and then we get to put our spin on our experience here. But we're going to learn these minimum things. We're going to become aware of these minimum things as we go through it. Um, so we start to realize that life is not such this out of control drama train that's going to explode as it flies off and hits a gorge and but that life is so fated that there's so many things that and they unfold for us and they don't happen to us. But we want to experience what it would feel like to be a victim, to be a hero, to be a villain. We play all these parts in our lives, even sometimes we don't realize we are. And there is this wonderful awareness and these emotions that we feel on purpose for a purpose. So all of this stuff unfolds. These things are moved into our life and out of our life for us to have us experience this long thing, this long life of experiences, so that we can more understand ourselves. So that fated wheel of fortune that is constantly turning and churning is for us. And then we move from victimhood, from that we think life happens to us, that it happens for us. And we can go back and forth in between the two, but there's no wrong choice. There is only different choices. There's no judgment from the place of unconditional love. It's just we come down here to experience, and by golly, we do. So all of that is wrapped up in this Wheel of Fortune card. And it is beautiful because it is freeing, and we understand that maybe we don't feel like we're making a choice in each moment, but we are. we're so inundated by thoughts and beliefs and mindsets of when we were younger that we took on those opinions of everyone, those small t truths that are rooted in a fear of losing a conditional love. We took them on as our own because we were children. We didn't know any better. We just took them on, going, okay, yep, we're supposed to, take all this on. And so we do all these rules, all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And we take them on their opinion on and make them our opinion. And then we make it our habit to feel a certain way when something happens, and put a certain story to something when it happens, and then it becomes our reaction. It's so fast because we make it such our habit. So it's my habit to feel this way. It's my habit to think that it means this, but I can change that. That's the power of choice that comes in here too, knowing that every moment I get to choose what story I put to it, what it means, and then what emotion I want to feel as I go through it. So that answers a lot of your questions of why, maybe. And here comes a couple more. So, Nine of Swords is called the Nightmare and the Insomnia card. Here is all these small t truths, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, and it keeps us up at night. Because we fear what it means if we aren't able to do that. But then here comes your Page of Swords, who is tightrope walking on the Ace of Swords here. This Ace of Swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the high realm, of back home, those that are rooted in unconditional love. And that allows you to cut away these small t truths, these that no longer serve you. And so you are in this process of realizing that. And that nine is the hermit's journey, in the major arcana, the number nine. Um, and it's all about going inward and connecting to our higher self, because they usually have a lantern, and within that lantern's a giant star that is our higher self. It sheds light on our path. And that's so with that nine of swords, you really are in this journey of looking into your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, those opinions we talked about, and you're ready to start cutting more and more and more of those out of your life to free yourself. And interestingly enough, you also got another nine, the Nine of Pentacles, which is about your search for worth and how you relate your worth to the outside world. And here, the nine, you find your wholeness and completeness from within you. And you also have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is about new opportunities in the outside world, but it really is the search for a higher, new realization of your worth in the outside world. So you really are in this journey of, why is amazing, because you're like questioning, why do I believe this way? Why is this? Why is that? Is that really true? And it's like, if it's not of unconditional love, then it's of the fear of losing conditional love. Each moment is a choice of thought, of story, either of unconditional love or of the fear of losing conditional love. Each moment is an emotional choice of fear in losing conditional love or of unconditional love. So that is what they have for you, lucky stars. So hopefully that answered some of your whys. And if not, you can ask more, because there's always an opportunity to ask more questions. So that's what we have for you, lucky stars. Many blessings to you and to whoever else that was for. All right, Queen Bee, you are up. Jay Lynn, yes, full house for sure. Yeah. from crying to, oh, good. I'm so glad you went from crying tears to laughing tears. I like it. Beautiful. All right, and then Mysterious Lover, you will be after Queen Bee. So let me take a quick drink here. So, will TJ reach out to you soon, and what does Spirit have for you? Let's take a look here. I don't think so, Queen Bee. And the reason I say that, at first I saw this card and I was like, "Oh, what's going on here with the Lovers card here?" But then this was right after it, which is, the 8 of Cups is walking away from the emotions that no longer serve you. And and then you also have the Page of Pentacles, which is all about new opportunities opening up your in your world. So I feel they're saying that no, this the TJ won't reach out to you because it's time for you to leave that behind. It's no longer serving you. It served what it needed to, but this is that walking away. You're ready to move and walk towards where they're walking to in the 8 of Cups is the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment on the other side. So this is opening up the new opportunities for you in the outside world. So I really feel like the TJ is the mirror that you needed at the time, but it's not for you anymore. There's something more in alignment with your wish fulfillment with this new opportunities that will be upcoming here. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, Queen Bee. All right, Mysterious Lover, you are up next. And then Kay, you are up after that. So, general message for Mysterious Lover. I am being drawn here to these Into the Lonely Woods deck for you for your general message. Let's see what we have here. And for those of you that have come in since I started, I did post the winner, today's winner, for the 1 hour personal recorded reading. So there's a video out there, and I'm going to do one each day till we hit the 10 days. But I also have a special giveaway that I mentioned in there. I know, I just can't stop, can I? But be sure to check it out if you feel so inclined. All right. So, Mysterious Lover, you got it's a time to share. Got a beautiful card. Let's see, card number 30. And it says, "We may love the road we take alone, and on that lonely road, we may find the truths of who we are. But until we allow another being to be close to us, we will not find out who we have become in relation to others. It is time to form bonds and relate and rediscover your own thoughts and feelings in response to those of another. There will be times when there are shared experiences, their pleasures amplified because they are mutual. This is the true joy of companionship and friendship. That sense that the world is seen and experienced and even understood for a small moment by two or more people. All is sweeter because the deep longing to share with another is finally fulfilled." So, definitely a time for opening up to friendship or love, but it's time to allow someone into your heart so that you can see how you have changed, how you've grown, how you look at life so much differently than the last time you let someone in there and then they stomped around and broke things. Now you are more, um, let's say, prepared for what unfolds. Yeah, because I feel like here is where you were before, feeling abandoned out in the cold. Whoops. And then you turn the world upside down. But this 10 of Cups is what is able to come from that instead. That's what's behind the door here. So I really like that for you because it's showing you it's time. You're not that anymore. You know, you've really uh, done the inner journeying and you're ready for this. So that's what they have for you, Mysterious Lover. So many blessings for you. All right, Kay, you are up, and then Kitty Pie DT, you will be up after that. So, Kay, are you and Eli going to end up together? All right. I don't know why they showed me in my head two people arrested in a jail cell, like, you know, two people who got into some trouble, little drunk and disorderly, like I forget there was I forget what movie it was, but they were two people that were so prim and proper that went on a date and they ended up just in a mess one night. And I forget who it was, but that's what they were showing me. So let's take a look here. Are you going to end up together? Hmm. Well, okay. Tell me about this last one. One more card, please. Okay, one more. Okay, let's see what this one is. All right. So you have the Three of Wands that's coming up here, which is about a change of direction. And I'm like, all right, well, tell me more about that. And then they gave you the Justice card, which is about balancing of things. See how there's reflection going on here, and there's this balancing. The Ace of Swords here is showing you there are these things that they want you to look at in regards to thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and how you look at things. And so it's the small t truths, the that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, and then the capital T truths, which are the Hiram. So there's this balancing out of your thoughts and your beliefs and your expectations around life that comes in here. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the changing, the ending, and new beginnings, something turning in your life that's for you always, but it's taking you to this point. And then they have the Two of Swords too, which is about decision making, and that there's some decision that has to be made, but they have you closing your eyes to open your heart to make a decision, not from just your mind, but also bringing your heart into it. So, not, all the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets. It's about opening up the heart to do those. And then I was like, well, what kind of decisions are being made? And then they're like, well, here's the Knight of Wands, which is about fast movement and fire, and whatever is happening is going to happen quick. But I'm like, but what's the decision? So tell me more. And then they brought up the Six of Pentacles, which the Six of Pentacles, when it comes into relationship questions, is my codependency awareness card, which tells me that what is being brought through this situation for you and the changes that will be forthcoming is this understanding of where your need to overgive to be able to feel worthy to receive a little. Like the exchange rate is that you'd have to give 100 of something to someone to deserve one back. And this justice card of looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, and the balancing that's coming in here is the balancing of your giving and going back to your young childhood. Usually it's going to be like 7 years old and younger is where your emotional being was being created and formed and molded. And so there would have been these situations that were coming up in your life where, whether it's grandparents or parents or teachers or siblings or friends or someone, you had to go extremely above and beyond to get a little bit of attention. Not that you had to give a lot to get a little. And so chips and the kind of stuff that's been happening would be where you maybe start in adult to adult relationships, but it changes into like a parent child, where you're the parent and they're the child, and you overgive until you're exhausted, and you continue to overgive until you're resentful because you're not getting back. But we also, in some way, teach them not to give to us because it scares us, and we don't think we can keep up with the exchange rate, where if they give us 10 of something, we're like, "Oh my god, if I have to give 100, that's 1,000 I have to give them, and I can't do it. I'm just exhausted," so we don't allow them to give. So they end up giving somewhere else. If it's a romantic relationship, they might give to another person. They might become a workaholic and invest all their energy into work, or they might go to the gym a lot and invest all their energy into the gym because they see the results. So they, wherever they're giving, even friends and hobbies, whatever, they're giving all their energy outward because they're feeling they're getting their, they get that wonderful feeling we get when we give, but we're not allowing them to give to us. So they have to give somewhere else to feel that. And that's been the pattern, that's been the exhaustion, that's been the resentment, and this is what the pattern is changing, and the wheel of fortune is changing because of this awareness and the energy that you're changing in all of that. So, that's why I don't feel like, you're gonna end up together with all of that because, um I feel like I don't like the damage has been done is almost what I feel. Um, that the maybe the resentments are already there, and the betrayal or the disappointment is already so deep that it's like, nope, I need to reboot. And it's, you're going to do all this work here first and balance everything out, and then a relationship, most likely with someone else, because it's hard to go back and undo resentments when they're already so deep. It's like the memories there. Um, but I feel like it's going to be so worth it for you because this was a designed mirror for you to see and experience it, for you to be able to move into a whole new world, to get out of that prison cell with them, out of the jail cell. It's like, yeah, this is, we both need to be free from this. And so spirit's going to post bail for you and allow you to go through the experience to be free. And so I like it for you. I know it might be bleh right now, but it's going to be worth it, Kay. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. That's what now. All right. Cutie Pie Aditi, you'll be up, and then Rashmi Singh, you'll be up after that. All right. So your grandfather is 84 years old. Um, so a message for your grandfather. All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know from your grandfather. What else? All right. Well, I like this for you because the Six of Wands is about being recognized, being seen, and victory as well. But I feel like it's being seen, that they know who you are. They know uh, what you've done. They're proud of you, even though it may not come across that way a whole lot. There is this pride. There is this that's there. And they want to let you know that um, this is your wish fulfillment card. And they do one, they wish that all your dreams would come true. That's what they're looking at. But they also want you to know that when they pass, which they will, I mean, we all do, but they are coming up here. And when it happens, they just want you to know, remember this card. This is them on the other side. They're always going to be by your side, and you're always going to have this connection. You always have this lifeline. They always will be connected with you until you are however old and you join them on the other side. They will always be by your side. They will always be around you. They are always going to um, be with you. When they leave their body, the second that they leave their body, they're by your side and they will not leave your side, and all the loved ones that they have. But he's like, I will always be with you, always. Don't be disappointed. Don't think that that he is disappointed in you. Um, if he ever expressed, um, any type of, uh, lower energy emotions around you, it's because he wants so much for you, and he wants your happiness, and he wants so much that, uh, that's what is, like, his fear, right? It's like, "I don't want you to be disappointed. I don't want you have to live with disappointment. I want you." He goes, "I don't want you to have this. I want you to have wish fulfillment, but I'd hate to." It breaks his heart when he sees you feel disappointed. He wants you to, have that, and that's where his fear was, is that, that they would, fail as a, a grandfather, of being someone who supplied the love and attention and things for you, but they had their limitations. They had their personality. They have their gruffness, different things like that. That it was like, it was hard for me to show you how I really wanted to feel, because I didn't have the ability to do so, right? And I kind of feel like that's where their soul, the character is wanting you to know, because they have, know you have the power of choice, and they want you to choose love, right? They go, this is your power of choice. They want you to know that whatever you choose in life, that they will love you, and whatever choices you make about love, they will love you too, because they see life differently from where they are at now, knowing that they're on their last legs of their life, and they were looking back at what is the most important thing in life and what isn't. And so, a lot of clarity that's coming in for them with that. So that's what they have for you right now, cutie pie Didi. So many blessings for you. All right, Rashmi Singh, you are up. And then Anju Tiklakar, you'll be after that. So, Rasmi, you said your name. Okay, Barty, thank you. You want to know about your destiny. What is your life purpose? I like that. In fact, I'm being drawn here to the Cosmic Journey Oracle. Let's see what they would like you to know about your life purpose. So, what, Rashmi? Wow. I like it. So your great wave awaits, dude. Card number 40. That's dude is like what surfers say in the surfer world, or they used to way back in the day. Hey dude, ride the wave, dude. And it says a wave starts slowly. You can see its energy as it begins to slightly swell on the horizon. And at first, there's nothing more than a small inflation of water, barely different than the surrounding water. But you can see it. The swell gains amplitude and height, and now you have a wave that you can unsuccessfully struggle against or ride with joyful bliss. The choice is yours. Your great wave awaits, ready for you to proclaim your next greater purpose. Wow. Life purpose, greater purpose. No doubt you may be scared at how big this energy is, or fearful of the scope of actions necessary to accomplish it. Be like water, flow through any thought holding you back from this full resolution. Your momentum has gathered to surf the cosmic wave of destiny. Wow. Cosmic catalyst question that you can ask yourself is, what is my greatest purpose that can positively impact the greatest number of people? So, what is your life purpose? I feel like, oh, let me read the cosmic checkbox question first. They're like, well, hold it, finish. I'm like, okay. The cosmic checkboxes, which is something you can do to help you with this, is become the wave. Either go to the ocean and observe the waves for 20 minutes, or find a video online. And so look at the waves, see what comes to you as you watch these 20 minutes of waves, and ask yourself, what is the greatest thing that I can do to impact the greatest amount of people on the planet? And then if that is like doesn't bring you the clarity, ask yourself, how can you uniquely, and how do you uniquely want to share the unconditional love in your heart with the world? It's going to be in your own unique way, and it's going to make your heart sing. And that is what is in your heart. It's been planted in your heart. And so if you don't know any of that, then it's time to do that. Get away and watch the waves and just become calm and get out of your mind, away from all those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, all the stuff that we're inundated with about what you're supposed to do. Here's your dream. Now live it. And you wake up every day going, "Oh, gotta go live my dream today." That's not your dream. Your dream, you'll know. Your heart will sing when you do it, and it brings you joy. And that's how you impact the greatest amount of people. So the journey is half of the amazing ability of cutting through all those thoughts and those beliefs and getting out of your head and into your heart about what you want to do, not what you should do. So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you there. I can't wait to see what you do with all that. All right. So Aju, Tiklikar, you are next, and then random 30 XYZ, you're up after that. So a general reading for the coming weeks. Let's take a look here. I am being drawn here to the Queen of the Moon Oracle for you. Right. Anju. What would you like Anju to know about the next coming weeks, please? All right. That is the one. And you've got Hunger, the Wolf Moon. Howlin', howlin', howlin' at the moon. That is card number 29. And that says, feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle. Prosperity will come. And do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. Little mini affirmation for this is, I recognize all that I hunger for. An old and wise Cherokee of the First Nations of the United States was speaking to his grandson about life. This is a popular thing. You probably have heard it. But the young boy asks his grandfather, it is said, grandfather, that everyone has two wolves within them. The first wolf gives darkness, despair, hate, and jealousy and sorrow. The second wolf gives light and hope and helpfulness and kindness. Yet, grandfather, I feel them fighting within me. What can I do? And grandfather says, my small son, these two wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You are no different. But, said the boy, grandfather, which wolf will win? And the grandfather answers, whichever wolf you feed. We must be careful about what we nourish and feed within us. If we give abundance to the aspects of the self that can harm others and ourselves, then we cannot truly thrive. Having no limitations upon these behaviors and patterns hurts us and starves the higher and finer parts of ourselves that will bring us more happiness. To ripple that happiness to others is part of why we are on the planet as humans. We must also recognize that in life, just because it is a cycle, there will always be leaner, less abundant, or less brighter times. Yet we have built our resilience and self trust for times like this, and we know we are both loved and protected. The cycle will soon turn to less shadow and more bounty. Yay! Companion stone for that is Amazonite. So I like that. We talk about that on this channel a lot, right? About it's like the two of wands energy. Wherever you focus your energy is what grows and expands. So if we focus on what's missing in our life and what we don't want in our life, we're feeding that and it grows. And if we focus on our gratitude, what we're thankful for in our life and what we do want, then that grows as well. I told my mom, we feed the dark wolf, it goes and gets more of its dark wolf friends, and that dark wolf isn't potty trained, and so it poops on our carpet. I go, but the white wolf is very, loving, and it knows it goes outside, and so it doesn't poop on our carpet. So what do we want to grow in our life? That or that. So that's it always had a clear image in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't want any of that, you know, crap anymore. So that's what they have for you, Anju. So many blessings for you. All right. Random, you are up. And then Andrea, 54 Hector, you are up after that. So random. What do you see coming towards you and what's your next big change? All right. Good question. Let's take a look here. All right. So we're going to do the Tarot of Dragons. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. So what is coming towards you? What's your next big change? Oh, okay. Anything else? All right. Well, I like what's coming towards you because you've got the Nine of Cups, which is a emotional wish fulfillment card. So you do have wonderful things that are headed your way. And you have the Eight of Pentacles too, which is about moving up in the outside world, whether it's relationship or job, education, whatever, finances. Because the Eight of Pentacles is like being an apprentice that you've been doing the work for a very long time, fine tuning your skills and putting in the blood, sweat, and tears to get something and to work towards something. And then this is the master coming and going, you have reached your master level. I am rewarding you with this and sending you out into the world. You are now moving up. And that's the kind of energy that's coming in here, especially with that Nine of Cups. And you also have the Six of Wands, which is victory and recognition. So again, a lot of wonderful, whatever you've been investing in, it's been taking forever. It's like the fruit is finally coming. The reward is coming for everything that you've been investing in this important area of your life or areas. We don't have to limit it, right? And you have the Emperor card too, which is about bringing major stability into your life. And you really taking the bull by the horns and taking your life in new directions. It's like you're no longer allowing people to tell you what your kingdom is supposed to be and what your job is in the kingdom. You're like, I'm the ruler of my life and I get to choose what I want to do with it and where I want to head. And so I feel like with you taking that power back, I think is a huge piece of your wish fulfillment and doing things is you're no longer letting like someone walk into the throne room and tell you hey, you're gonna go work in the stables today. And you're like, I am? And you're like, yeah, come on. And so they get the emperor, take him down there, have him change out of his royal clothes into some working clothes. And they have you know, shovel horse manure. And they're like, but you're the emperor. Who told you to do that? And you're like, well, they told me to do it. It's like you're not allowing that anymore. You're like, I'm the emperor. Someone comes up to try to do that for you. You're like, guess where they're going to work now. So that's the kind of authority that you're taking over your life. And I really like that, random. So that's what's coming your way. I really like that. Wow. Boom. So many blessings to you. All right. Andrea, you are up next. And then, hey, Treese and Hershey, you will be up after Andrea, 54 Hector. All right. Love and light to you as well. So, what is your Leo boyfriend Carlos current feelings about your relationship? All right, let's take a look here and see what they have. All right. So, what are Carlos's current feelings, please? All right. Well, let's switch here. Nothing's coming through in those. Maybe those are short fused. They need to rest. We're moving to the Light Seers Tarot. Let's see here. So, tell us about Carlos's. Okay. I laugh because the first card that pops up is the Lover's card. And let's see what else we have here. So you have six, which is the Lovers, and you also have the Six of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset from choppy waters to calmer waters. So I feel like there's this changing of expectations and these changing of thoughts that are coming in. Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, we got Three of Cups. Let me come back to that here. Let me see what these other ones are. Well, you do have the Sun card, which is about victory and brightness. Okay. And the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a joy and celebration card. Coming out with the Sun card, I'm not concerned. Sometimes the Three of Cups, can be emotional, uh, challenging things coming in sometimes, but with the Sun card right next to it, like brightness. I feel here like the Five of Pentacles is about feelings of being out in the cold, being left behind, being abandoned. And so I almost feel like this is both of you guys, though. I feel like you both have like a past that kind of rings true with that. And I feel like that's why there's such a mirror between you guys in some ways with that you both felt childhood, past relationships, where you just felt disappointed, you felt let down, you felt, like I said, abandoned, out in the cold, left behind. And but you guys have the key over here to as well to step through it. And I feel like that your relationship where you guys are at is I don't feel it's the way you guys are treating each other that are making you feel that way. It's just these ripples from your earlier life and earlier relationships that is having you guys have this change of how you're relating your worth to the outside world, and um, it feels like there's this uh, ripple of emotions that keeps coming from the outside world of what happens, like jobs, like you guys experience it in jobs where you don't get the recognition you deserve, um, friendships, family. It just feels like that it echoes from each other. Um, what I mean by that is you both are experiencing it independently, but then it also echoes off each other because you're like see it, them going through it, and it makes you think of when you went through it or what you're going through. And I just feel like there's this change that's coming with all this, with this change of mindsets. That Six of Swords is moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, focusing on your emotional choices. Because that Lovers card, they're um, telling me as well, in addition to being about love and you're a lover, it is about emotional choice that we get to choose what we feel about something in each moment. And we can either choose to feel the lack, which is also the Five of Pentacles, this feeling of lack and abandonment and things in our life, then lack grows in our life. But if we start focusing on what we're grateful for, then things to be grateful for expands. And I feel like this is what you both are going through. And and again, I don't feel like when we're asking about the relationship, I don't feel like it's um, the relationship itself of how you guys are interacting that is what's creating that feelings of lack. It's all the ripples from the past and outside that it just feels like it's bouncing back and forth between you two because it's such a mirror of each other, if that makes sense. So focusing on what you're grateful for is kind of the message, and changing these mindsets of the story you put to things and the emotions you choose as you go through it will transform it. And you don't have to worry about, you can't make Carlos do anything that he doesn't want to do, but you initiating this energy changes that bouncing back and forth. I don't know if, and I'm probably aging myself here, but way back in the day when there was Atari, like way back before Nintendo, when it first came out, when it was these little, you play tennis with two little stick bars with this line down the middle and the beep, 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 the ball back and forth, and you just move. You could only move, I think you could I think you could only move up and down in the beginning. You couldn't even move back and forth. It was up or down, and you would just, but if you got to a certain point, it was like beep, 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 beep. And I feel like that's what was happening with these mirroring, and it's changing. This will make it beep, beep, and it'll change the pattern with you changing your, that's the only thing you can control anyway, your choices of emotions and mind. That will change the whole picture and change things as well. So that's what they have for you. Hopefully that made sense there, Andrea. So many blessings for you. All right. So Hershey, you are up. Let's take a look here. So are you and M going to get back together? Let's take a look here. All right, tell me more about that. There's the Emperor card coming in here feels like that M is doing like really trying to get a hold and balance in their life, and trying to take a hold of their life, because I feel like they're doing this deep diving into their emotions and understanding what was going on with them, and um, just really deep diving is the energy that I'm feeling here, because it feels like very powerful, like I'm taking over my life and what I want to do, and they're like, they're really just like f- flooding out their emotions and just having this purge of their life in a lot of ways. And in this Knight of Wands is very fiery with a lot of movement and fire and forward movement too. So I don't feel like that you'll get back together with this, because I feel like they, with that Knight of Wands especially, is just like, it's like a horse that's on fire. It doesn't stand and it doesn't turn around. It is just like running to the water and it's like gone. And that's what I feel like with this energy here. And I kind of feel like what they're saying for you is these other three cards, which is the Queen of Cups, which is a lot like the moon, because they deep dive in their emotions, and the Queen of Cups rolls over water, and all the queens are given another portion of water, so a lot of water, and she can deep dive as well. So I feel like you are also doing a lot of deep diving to understand your emotions of what you want in your life and what you felt and what's going on in there, because you also have the Knight of Swords, which is your pursuit of higher truth, um, what your truths are, what I want, your expectations, your thoughts, and your beliefs and your mindsets. And so I feel like you're going through this, which is good because you have the wish fulfillment card here, which I feel like with you realizing them not coming back, and when you do your deep diving and you look inside, you really find what it is you truly are wanting, what you are truly, going through, um, why you're going through, and what you want to find on the truly find on the other side of it. What are your wishes? What is truly going to make you feel this wholeness and this completeness from an emotional space? And it's not with M, because uh, they gave you what you were supposed to have been given to be able to. It's like a stepping stone unto your next stepping stone, to your next stepping stone, to get you to this awareness of the Nine of Cups. Um, I was there, like, showing you it's not even stepping stones. It's like stepping, like, is it, maybe it was Karate Kid, where they had him on these big logs, and then you had to jump from each one to each one to each one, and he'd fall off into the water. And that's what I feel is like, you jump, you're like in a relationship, and then you fall off into the water, the emotions, right? Water. And you learn, and you're just learning to be able to hop and move to the next stage, the next levels with those things. So that is what they have for you. I know. Very interesting, but many blessings to you. Hey, Deb, love and light to you. All right. Let me just take a quick look here. All right. Um, yeah, I am not going to be able to get down much further here. I've been on for almost 2.5 hours, and I see there's so many, just so many more to go. And so I apologize that I'm not going to be able to do any more readings. I just have, 2.5 hours of reading. It takes a lot of energy, right? Um, and I definitely struggle feeling bad about not being able to answer everyone's questions. But please, if you need answers right away, um, I do have pick a card readings. I have weekly energy updates. I have monthly readings. There's a lot. If you go to my main page, there's a lot of playlists there. And just follow your heart. Let spirit guide you, because there are tons of messages there, and they will guide you to the ones that you need tonight. And if not, I will be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. I also offer personal readings, which, all that information's down in the description box as well. And like I mentioned, there's a couple ways to win free readings going on. Um, so I wish I could answer everyone's question tonight. And please know I'm sending you lots of love and light. And just please know, every second of every day that you are in this life, even on the other side, of course, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. I appreciate all the thumbs up, all the likes that you give the videos. It does help spread the love. Thank you for all you subscribers. You just blew away all of my goals that I had. um, I do want to make sure I share that with you guys real quick too. Actually, that one is closed, but there's the video I put out today was the winner, the first winner out of 10 for a 1 hour personal reading. But there's also going to be another giveaway that I mentioned in there. So please check that out. I also have weekly drawings for a 30-minute free recorded reading, and it's based on these weekly energy updates that I put out. I just posted it down in the chat. But if you comment on one of those, there will be the ones dated November 20th, that came out on Saturday. And there's 12 of them. And if you comment on watch a video, of course, and comment, then you'll be entered into the drawing. And if you watch more than one, because there's one for each zodiac sign, so if you watch for your sun or your moon or your rising, whatever it may be, each time you watch a video and comment on one of those, that's an extra entry into the drawing as well. So there's an opportunity to win that too. So again, thank you guys so much for being here and sharing your love and support of one another. I will be back tomorrow. Until I see you guys again, you hang in there. Have a great night or a great day wherever you're at in the world. And until we meet again, you hang in there. Take care of yourself. Have a good night.